welcome to Homestead Corner. Today I am going to put together our spinach beds, and we're going to use some Dollar Tree items because we're still getting lots of frost at night. Do you ever use hula hoops in the garden? So today we are putting together our spinach beds. It is finally, the snow is almost gone. We still have a little bit around the buildings, but the ground is starting to be able to work it in the raised beds. So we are getting our spinach in as soon as humanly possible here. So I've just turned over my beds from last fall. I dumped in the leftover soil and straw and everything that was in the potato beds just to fill up these beds, because each year it kind of goes down a little bit and we want to add a little bit more soil to it with good nutrients in it. So the straw has been breaking down in there, and you can still see pieces of the straw, and that's okay. It's going to retain moisture, and as it breaks down, it adds nitrogen to the soil for your plants. So last year I planted squash and zucchini in these two beds. So this year I'm going to plant spinach in them early in the year, and then later on in the year we'll do some more quick stuff, collard greens, some radishes, things like that that grow really quickly. Maybe we'll even throw a couple herbs in here. We'll see what happens as the year goes on. But today we're going to take some of these hula hoops from the Dollar Tree and a roll of drop cloth that's also from the Dollar Tree, which is great. $1.25 a piece for each of these items. I'm going to use some tape, and we just need a knife or scissors or whatever you have to cut these hula hoops, and that's it. We're gonna get our spinach planted and make a little hoop house type thing over the top, just to keep on those heavy frost nights, because it's still getting down into the 20s here and really low 30s. So we want to make sure that it doesn't destroy our spinach, but we want to get it out while it's nice and cool still, because that's when spinach does the best. So let's jump in and get started. So the first thing we did is just get our bed ready. We wanted to turn it over from last year, make sure any amendments are in there that we may need to add to the soil. And then I just put 2 rows in, and we're just going to plant our spinach. And this is just spinach I got at the Dollar Tree, and their seeds are really great. There's not a ton of seeds in here, but it does really well. All the seeds are really good. So I've never had an issue with their seeds at all. So for 25 cents, definitely worth grabbing. And then we're just going to get our seeds out of here and start sowing them right in the bed. Now, I don't go real deep. I just drag my hand to make a trench, and then I'm just going to pinch this sides over the top of the spinach. Really simple and easy. Can't do it any easier than that, I don't think. So once I have my beds planted, I'm just going to give them a quick water. Simple and easy. I just want to make sure those seeds are nice and moist so they can sprout. Okay, so once we have our beds planted, I'm just going to take this hula hoop. There's little beads in here, so we got to get those out of there. And my beds are really skinny. They are only about 2 feet across and 8 feet long. So I want to only use half of this hula hoop. If you have a 3 or 4 foot bed across, I would use the whole hula hoop. I wouldn't even cut them. I just use the whole thing, and it will make it a little bit taller and definitely go further across. But because my beds are so skinny, I'm gonna cut these hula hoops. Right there's on one end, there is a little junction. You can see there where they put the hula hoop together. And you just gotta kind of pull, not too hard. Actually, the ones at the other stores are a lot harder to get apart. So you're gonna take this plastic piece out, and we're gonna empty out the beads. So we don't want those all over the ground. Now, they don't sound as fun, but they're definitely more functional. Get that out of there. So then we've got our break over here. We have our beads out, and I just wanna cut over here. So I have got 2 pieces out of this hula hoop. So I'm just going to take my knife, or if you have garden shears or scissors, you can just cut right through this. So then we've got 2 little hoops for our garden. So once we've got these hula hoops all ready to go, we're just going to stick these in. I'm going to do 3 in each bed. These are 8 feet long. And I'm just going to stick these right in the ground. We're just going to push them right in. And you could use stakes or if you choose to, but these are pretty low to the ground. It's just going to be here long enough so I can get my spinach up and it's not going to get frosted. Once those nights aren't freezing, then I can take this down and the spinach will do just fine. So then I've got my drop cloth that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and this is 9 by 12. So I'm going to roll this out, and I want to cut this so they are 6 by 9. That's going to give me more than enough to go up over the hoops, down over the ends, and I'll be able to cover 2 beds with this $1.25 worth of plastic. So we're just going to roll this out. So when you roll this out, this is the 12-foot section. So the folded part is that'll be the 9 feet. So we're just going to take this and we are going to cut it right in half, just to make it simple and easy. You could get real particular and maybe get 3 beds out of this, but for $1.25, I'm not going to be that worried about it. And I've got this in my emergency stash, so I have it when I need it. Okay, so I have just spread my plastic out to make sure it is not further on one end than the other. It doesn't have to be real particular. And then I'm going to I've just got some black electrical tape here. This will work perfect. Duct tape, whatever kind of tape you have. I'm just going to tape around the hula hoop to the plastic to hold the plastic on. And I'm just going to do it on the top, like 2 pieces right here. We'll put these right on like so, and then because I don't want them on the sides, that way during the day when the sun is out and it's getting really warm, like right now it is over 60 degrees, probably 65 or so, and the sun is really hot. You can feel it just burning up your back. So I'm just going to put these in the middle, and then I can open this up when I want to. And I'm just going to pull this over and reach under there. Make sure it's stuck really good to the plastic. You can buy those little garden hoop things. They are wicked expensive. And this is pennies on the dollar because I got everything at the Dollar Tree. So we're just going to go down and do this to each one of the hoops. So when the sun is nice and bright, and we don't want to bake these, we can take this and pull it right up to the top. I can pull my other side up and just tie a string around it to hold it during the day, and then at night I can pull it back down so it's going to hold that warmth in, and my plants are not going to freeze in these 20-degree temperatures. And I have just laid a couple of sticks. We took a small tree down. We have these laying around the yard. So you could use rocks, you could put stakes in it, you could bricks, anything, whatever you like. Just hold it down at nighttime, and then you can open it up during the day when you want. If you have a really cold day, you can just leave it covered up. And that's it. These are super easy to put together. It doesn't take any time at all. You can do this over containers. You can do it on raised beds. You could do it right in the ground if you need to get going on your garden. Any survival situation, you want to make sure you're growing as much as possible. And this is a great way to go. Things you already have around the house, they are dirt cheap. A couple of hula hoops and 1 roll of the drop cloth. This costs about $5. I use 3 hula hoops for 2 beds and 1 drop cloth and about 3 cents worth of tape. So it's definitely a very affordable project compared to buying tunnels and things like that for your garden. And these will help you in the early spring and also in the late fall when you want to continue growing, but it's really starting to get cold. This will help at that time as well. So get out there, dig into your garden, and get those cold weather crops going. It is definitely time. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!